A very common question new EV owners have is, why doesn't my car get the exact range that is advertised? For example, you might see a Tesla rated for 330 miles, but in the real world, when you're driving it, you're maybe getting more like 280 miles. And the truth is, range is measured very differently depending on where you live, and no test can perfectly reflect real-world driving. In this lesson, we'll break down the different range standards, being EPA, WLTP, and what you should actually expect day to day. So let's start with the EPA rating, which is used in North America. The EPA test cycle is generally considered the most realistic of the major rating systems. It combines city and highway driving simulations, then averages them out, giving you a range that should be expected. And that's why, for example, a Tesla Model 3 long range might be rated at 350 miles or so by the EPA. But remember, this is based on controlled testing conditions. If you're driving at higher speeds, or you're using climate control heavily, or driving in extreme weather, well, your real world range will often be lower than the EPA stated range. In Europe and many other parts of the world, you'll see WLTP ratings. That stands for Worldwide Harmonized Light Vehicles Test Procedure. And the WLTP cycle tends to produce higher range numbers compared to the EPA, because the test includes more low-speed city-style driving and less aggressive highway simulations. So a car that's rated at 330 miles by the EPA might show closer to 370 or even 380 miles under WLTP. It's the same car, just tested differently. Now, there are also some older standards like the NEDC, which was used before WLTP. Those numbers were often overly optimistic though, and not very useful in the real world. Luckily, most countries have moved away from NEDC at this point, so you'll rarely see those figures anymore. Now, let's talk about the real world though. This is where things actually matter for you as an EV owner. Your driving habits, terrain, speed, weather, and even tire pressure all play a role in how much range you actually get with your vehicle. For example, highway driving at 75 miles per hour will use more energy than stop and go city traffic, believe it or not, because of added wind resistance and moving at a higher speed. Additionally, cold weather can temporarily reduce range by 20% or more because the battery has to stay warm, and heating the cabin uses extra energy as well. On the other hand, hot weather can have an effect as well, though usually not as much as extreme cold. And this is because, well, when a battery is either too hot or too cold, the vehicle's system will use some energy stored in the pack to either cool it down with the fans or heat it up. Either or, this is going to use up extra energy. The key here is to treat the EPA or WLTP range numbers as a baseline, not a guarantee. Most owners learn pretty quickly what their car can actually do on their regular routes, and the good news is that EVs, and Teslas especially, come with built-in trip planners that estimate energy use very accurate for your specific drive, taking into account things like elevation and speed as well. So while you might not hit the exact advertised number every single drive, you'll learn how to predict your real-world range very reliably. Overall, just remember this from this lesson. Range ratings are very helpful for comparing cars, but your personal results are going to vary depending on how and where you drive. That doesn't mean something is wrong with the car, it just means the real world is messier than a lab test. In the next lesson, we'll look at those real world factors in more detail, what impacts EV range the most, and how you can adjust your driving to get most out of every drive.